Out in this street, they call it murder. All right, so public speaking anxiety, take one. We better not have another take on this, Mark. I need to stop doing this near my ear. It hurts. I'm Artie. I'm here to help you. This is Stop Sounding Stupid. To the person that said that I need to change my shirt is clean, so shut up. No, so anxiety is a thing that we oftentimes have, most specifically when it comes to public speaking. There are lots of reasons why you might be anxious when it comes to speaking in public, but I want to talk about one of those things, and I want to give you some tips, some hints, some tricks, some understandings on how to just become more comfortable. If you like stuff like this, please leave comments, subscribe. Just tell me you like it. And if you like topics like this, then just throw something into the comment section that tells me, hey, this is something else I'd like for you to do a video on, okay? So, anxiety. Anxiety is when you start to, and we all suffer from anxiety in different ways. We all feel anxiety in different ways, right? Like for me in particular, when it comes to, so let me just talk about public speaking for a second. When I am getting ready to speak on a stage in front of people, it could be 5 people, it could be 500. I have spoken to 30,000 people at one time on a stage. And as much as I like to talk, I don't know if you realize this, but I like to talk. Talking is fun for me. As much as I enjoy conversing with people and being the center of attention, I get anxious before going up. Now, there are a few things I keep in mind, obviously. One, I always have fun in the midst of the conversation, in the midst of the speech, in the midst of the public speaking engagement. I will feel a certain way in the very beginning. Keep that in mind. If you suffer from it like I do, where, you know, your hands get sweaty. My hands do actually get sweaty. Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. It's what he said, right? Arms are heavy. He's vomiting on his sweater already. His mom's spaghetti. He's nervous. I'm anxious. But yeah, like my palms do get sweaty, and my heart beats harder. I happen to have a watch that tells me how aggressively my heart is beating. So my resting heart rate rises by about 40 beats per minute. I'm over like 90 beats per minute when I'm getting ready to speak on stage. That's exercise. That's jogging down the block. I'm getting ready to talk and my body's reacting like I'm running. It's crazy. So I keep one thing in mind. I mean, there are a few other things that I've kept in mind over the years, but the one thing that I keep in mind is if you enjoy speaking, so I'm talking to a certain subset of people right now, right? I'll come to everybody else later. But if you're the type of person that actually enjoys speaking, but it's large crowds, what you're nervous about, what your anxiety is based on is this word called adjudication. You are worried about being judged by the people that are listening to you. You are concerned about You're concerned about doing that. You're concerned that your words won't be taken correctly. You're concerned that the people won't nod their head and agree with you. You're concerned and scared that you're going to mess up. But you like doing this. And if you respond to this like I do, which is in the very beginning, it's kind of like a graph. If I could draw it on a whiteboard, it's like anxiety, I'm having fun right now. You know what I mean? Like it's high anxiety in the beginning, and then toward the end, I'm sad. It's almost like a depressive feeling because I know I'm about to finish. I know I'm getting ready to get off stage and I'm not gonna have this attention anymore. You know, it's a really weird kind of roller coaster thing. It's a really weird roller coaster thing that starts with I'm running down the block and ends with my resting heart rate, like, you know, normal. You're afraid of being judged. So I'm just gonna take the judgment out of it completely. That's the first thing, right? Second, if you have a speech prepared, set your first 2 lines up in such a way that you know you can't mess it up. Don't worry about grabbing people's attention. Don't worry about engaging people. Your first 2 lines in your spoken piece of work is for you. It's for you. It's your warm-up shot. It's the I got on the NBA floor and I threw the pass to my teammate and they passed it back to me in the layup line. I threw it off the backboard. He dunked the ball. And as we went our separate layup lines, I laughed and he laughed. Starting to get into a rhythm. It's the very first shot after the tip-off. The coach sets up a play to get the best player, the first option, the second option, comfortable. That's what you're doing. You're setting up your play, baby. You're setting up your play. And what's your play? Those first two sentences. Make sure that you can't mess those up. And when I say mess those up, I mean that. No tongue twisters, no weird, like, the Aborigines. Do you normally say the word Aborigine? If you don't normally say the word Aborigine, you might want to not say the word Aborigine. Even if the whole thing's about Aborigines, find another way to say it. Don't say Aborigine. Aborigine's not gonna work for your mouth, okay? Make sure the words are in and out of your mouth correctly, okay? Take that however you want to, I don't care. But long story short, that's for people who love speaking. If, though, you are the type of person that does not like speaking, let's say this is an oral presentation at school. Let's say you're presenting something at work. Let's say this is your idea, your baby, you have the portfolio, and for the ad agency that you're working with, you have to be the one to lead it. You can't get out of it. And you don't like public speaking. You're also worried about judgment, but you're also worried about the fact that this is not how your brain works. Get that out of your vocabulary right now. Daggone it. This is exactly how your brain works. Let me tell you how your brain works. You may be a programmer. You may be a person who operates at a desk and stays away from people. You know, I have a lot of programmer friends. I go with programmer because I have a lot of friends. One of my friends, in fact, is so brilliant. He should be making $250,000 a year. Bare minimum. His certifications allow for it, but he hates speaking to people. And the idea of a job interview with one human, just one human, blows his mind and he can't do it. So he'll stay in his role forever. It hurts me to say that. Luckily, he is, he's not making nothing. He's making a good amount of money. But the fact is, I don't want you to have that same story where I'm so concerned about this thing that I don't do. Notice what I said. I said don't, not can't. Don't think you can't. You can. That's how your brain works. Your brain works. People don't talk about the love language of the brain. The love language of the brain, do you know? Is repetition. The love language of the brain is doing something over and over again. You ever heard the phrase like riding a bike? You might be wondering, where is he going with this? He has deviated from talking about managing my anxiety. I have not deviated. Stay with me. The reason why people use the phrase, it's like when you learn how to ride a bike, you never forget how to ride a bike. That's because every single time you do this motion, that's one repetition in your brain. Your brain is picking up the 1 and the 2 and the 3, and it's creating synapses, neuroplasticity. Basically, your brain is saying to you, this is important. I'll make a note of this. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. Did I just explain how to get over anxiety? You get over your anxiety by practicing. What do you want to say? Mind you, hold on, wait, be very careful about this. You better not use my words against me. I said practice. I did not say memorize. Practice. You're gonna practice. First of all, you gotta practice being uncomfortable. That's the number one thing. But let's go to number 2 for a second, because that's easier to talk about. Practicing does not mean I wrote out my script and I'm gonna memorize it, because if you have a jerk in your group, then they're gonna try to find a way to knock you off of your script, and now you start sweating and now you're uncomfortable, and because you never practiced number 1, being uncomfortable, you failed. You're done. You're done. The way that you practice is find someone that is non-judgmental and talk to them. No, literally, talk out loud to them. For instance, hey, Ramon, who's standing behind the camera right now, I have to talk to somebody about, you'll notice I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at him. I have to talk to somebody about giving and receiving feedback. Do you mind if I just tell you about giving and receiving feedback? They can't hear you. Okay, awesome. So now I'm gonna spend the next 10, 15, 20 minutes either on the phone or in person, because he's in person right now, talking to him about giving and receiving feedback. Now, I'll come up with some lines that stick. Those are the ones I might wanna write down. But you're not memorizing the lines. I'm gonna take line number 1, which is giving feedback sometimes makes you feel uncomfortable. Cool. I'm gonna say uncomfortable. I'm literally writing it down. That's a bullet point. All I'm gonna do is talk about that at some point. You see what I'm saying? You'll come across lines that you feel pretty powerful. These lines feel pretty good. Those are your bullet points. They're not memorization tools. That's number 1. Find the things that you want to talk about and use those as bullet points. Understand it. Make sure you understand it. And then you'll be able to talk about it. Your words will never be the same 2 times in a row. Each speech that you give in regard to this thing will be, I don't know, a unique snowflake. Now let's talk about training your levels of discomfort and being able to be uncomfortable. Remember how I told you find somebody non-judgmental? Go find somebody judgmental. Go find somebody that you know probably won't agree with you, but is available to talk to. That might actually, you know, it's funny, that might be easier than finding somebody that's not judgmental. That might be easier. So like for me, the hard person to talk to would have been my dad, honestly. It would have been like, my dad, I say something that is completely opposite of what he believes, which means he's going to fight back and so on and so forth. That's for me. For the person that's non-judgmental, that'd be my mom. So I'll get my confidence and I'll learn my bullet points. They're not script memorization points. They're bullet points while talking to my mom. Then I take that and move that over to my dad. Literally, I'm going from step 2 to step 1. All right, said a lot of stuff today. I'm hoping that it was helpful to you. If it was helpful to you, let me know. If it wasn't helpful to you, tell me why it wasn't. Maybe there's something in here that you just don't get. If you don't get it, it's not your fault. It's probably mine. So, hey, gives me another chance to I don't know, do this over again. That's the best part about this whole episode thing. I can drop another episode and reference this one later. My aim is to make sure that you're comfortable, confident, and capable of communicating on a high level. And if you can get a hold of your anxiety, in front of anybody, you will be a boss. Be able to get your point across and ultimately stop yourself from sounding stupid.